God is Hilarious and the Real OG Part 2. Welcome back to our series on God being the ultimate OG. Today we're diving into the hilarious showdown between the God of Israel and the Egyptian pantheon. Picture this. Moses, with his divine mission straight from the big guy upstairs, is facing off against Pharaoh and his whole squad of Egyptian gods and goddesses. So Moses tells Pharaoh, "Let my people go or else." And Pharaoh's like, "Who even is this God you're talking about?" Then bam, God starts dropping these epic plagues, each one targeting a different Egyptian deity. Like turning the Nile into blood. That's God saying, "Hey Hapi, nice river you got there, shame if something happened to it." And then there's the frog invasion, straight out of a horror flick. Can you imagine Pharaoh's face when his magicians couldn't even keep up with Moses? Talk about embarrassing. Heket, the frog goddess, must have been croaking in frustration, but wait, it gets better. When lice start popping up everywhere, even Pharaoh's magicians are like, okay, this is definitely not our usual party trick. Geb, the earth god, must have felt pretty powerless seeing his domain overrun with pests. Then come the flies, and only the Egyptians get swarmed. Pharaoh tries to negotiate, but God's not having it. It's like, sorry Pharaoh, no deals with the divine. Khepri, the god of creation and rebirth, must have been buzzing with anger. And don't even get me started on the boils and sores. That's God saying, "Hey Isis, you're the goddess of healing. Well, let's see what you can do about this." Poor Isis must have been scratching her head over that one. Next up, hail mixed with fire raining down from the sky. Imagine being Pharaoh, watching your crops get destroyed while trying to negotiate with the guy causing all the chaos. Talk about a power move. Nut, the sky goddess, must have felt pretty helpless seeing her element turned against her people. But Pharaoh still won't budge, even when locusts devour everything in sight. And when darkness covers the land for 3 days straight, that's God showing Ra who's really in charge of the sun. Ra, the sun god, must have been feeling pretty overshadowed. Finally, it's the big finale, the death of the firstborn. Pharaoh's own son isn't spared. Talk about a mic drop moment from God. Pharaoh, who thought he was the ultimate god, must have been humbled when his own flesh and blood fell victim to the Almighty. Through all these plagues, God's not just showing off his power, he's also showing that he's the real deal, the ultimate OG, and has a hilarious sense of humor. So next time you're facing a tough situation, remember, God's got your back, and he's got a wicked sense of humor too. Stay tuned for more hilarious antics from the original gangster upstairs. Hit that follow button and let's dive deeper into the divine comedy together.